guys, so today I'm here to show you how my 2022 reading journal went. So not gonna lie, my reading journal's already like low-key falling apart because I've had to literally tape it because like it's coming out of the page there, like it's literally ripping. So it's obviously been well loved this year, but 2022 was the first time that I was using this reading journal, and I really had a lot of fun using this journal and actually getting to like play around with the spreads and see my reading, and I just really enjoyed it. So my first challenge was the A to Z challenge, which I did not complete. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 letters that I didn't get. And I really feel like I should have gotten something for R, but I just did not read a book that started with R. And at first, I wasn't adding any titles with like the or R, but I added them at the end when I just didn't have a letter for them. So 3 of them are technically half correct, but I was trying to really do it without adding any of those syllables that are just very common in all book titles. So I feel like I still did pretty well, but it could have been better. But I feel like it's a challenge that like I just had set, but I wasn't really attempting to read the books. It's just whatever I ended up reading that fit. So for my book tracker, I did complete my 52 reads of the year, which I'm very proud about. I also added some like motivation of yes you can, and I did it. I'm very proud. I'm so shocked that my book just doesn't want to sit open for me anymore, but like I love seeing all the colour and just knowing that it went really well. And then I have my best books of the year, and this scaffold was actually so much fun to do. And what's interesting too is there is books on this scaffold that didn't actually make my top 15 books of the year, because there were some months where there was like 3 books that I really liked that month and I had to pick one of them for the scaffold, and then just slowly going down to picking my favourite book. It was just a lot. But of course House of Sky and Breath was my favourite. It was no chance that any other book was going to top it, just because Sarah J Maas is one of my favourite authors, but I had a lot of fun filling this out. Then finally, to show how my read by tracker looks with it actually having information. So blue is the books that I read that month and purple is what I bought, and I feel like generally I was buying more books than I was reading, which is sad. And obviously in November I went past the amount of books, and I have a little arrow here, so I bought more than 15, but I was proud of these couple of like blue ones where like they're really high. Really proud of where that went, and I'm excited to see how it goes this year, because with my book buying ban that I've already broken probably like 14 times, but like I am actively trying not to buy more books, which is the plan and the goal of the year. But I'm hoping to see the list be more about read books than bought books in 2023, so we'll see how that goes. So for my star rating, the lowest I rated any book this year was 3 stars, and I mainly had 5-star reads just because contemporaries are so easy to read that I just rank them 5 stars because I love them so much. And considering it was all mainly contemporaries, I went out of the box. But I am happy that I've just had a pretty good reading year. Like I didn't have any like really shit books to make me annoyed, so I'm very happy with that. And then for my genre tracker, obviously adult contemporary is coming in clutch with more than half my reads, but I did have a little bit of stuff. Like I read 5 high fantasies, a little bit of sci-fi, graphic novels. It's because I read Lore Olympus and reread Heartstopper. I actually read some dystopian, that would have been Shatter Me. I only read 2 YA contemporaries, which is shocking because I used to read it so much, but like there's a bit of variety, but it's mainly just adult contemporaries because there was many. And then pretty much I just filled out all my reading trackers. So these are all the pages that I read each day, and I normally try and base the colour off a colour on the cover, which is like the way that I normally go about it. So this is all the tracking, and then every time I finish a book I just write the title down and the star rating. And I've never really written like reviews in like books because I always write my Goodreads reviews, so it's easier just to have like a small thing just to be like, okay, that was that colour book and I read this and this is what I rated it. But I also do put like a little A so that I know that it's an audiobook, just so that it's another way that I can kind of keep track. But some months I didn't read like too much, and other months I did read more. It just depends, I guess, on what mood I was in. Like House of Sky and Breath was like a very long time for me because I was reading it for a long time in February and then a long time in March, but then there was like smaller books where I finished them in 5 days. It just really depended on what I felt. Like this is actually when I went to Melbourne, so then I read one book on the way there and I read a different book on the way back, but then I didn't finish this book because I know that's the hating game. And then I was reading Meet Cute. That's funny, like I like when you can see like where you've travelled as well is working into your reading. April's here, and like a lot of the time these long page ones are because I went on the train to Sydney. I actually am enjoying looking at this so much. This was also a magical readathon and I don't think I did very well. because I've only read 4 books and I don't think that's enough. March is a lot better, but this is when I was rereading Heartstopper, so there's a lot of longer page numbers there. So it's pages, but like also pictures, so it's very easy pages to read. And see, I added some extra stuff too, just because I just wanted to add a bit more vibe to everything. So didn't really read too much in June. It was like an okay month, but I feel like I could have done more. Oh, July was a bad month because it took me 24 days to read Navigating the Stars, which is just a long time. And I also did do the vlog for this book where I read the last chapter first, and then it took me forever to finish the book. August, I was also very thinly reading. Like, I mean, if you read 50 pages a day, you kind of start to like get through books slowly. I need to be reading more pages, honestly. Oh, and then September, look at the beautiful colors of this. It's very pastel-y, and I read 8 books. This was when I was like, yes, I'm going to finish reading the Shatter Me series, and I need to push myself. So like, I definitely did a great job, but then I read 4 of the books this month. It was a long month. Oh, and then I finally have my Halloween spread looking so good, like with the tapes and that, and just everything about this makes me so happy. And what was the blue? So that was Heartstopper again. So I feel like I was more consistently reading this month, but I just didn't read that much. And then November, again, it feels like it was kind of consistent, but then this was like Lore Olympus and stuff when those comics were starting to come in and I really needed to read them. And then December, I had a good reading month in December, but that's because I was really pushing myself to finish my Goodreads goals. So I really was just like attempting to read smaller books that were going to fit in really well. But that's like, again, I went to Sydney, another train day, but I really like the colouring on this one as well because I just managed to get so much reading done. Like, I'm just so proud that I got to 52 books. Definitely a big reason for it though is because I managed to read 8 books in 2 months of the year, so that was definitely like a big portion of it. But I am very happy with how it looks, and it's always so much fun when you get to like look back on what you've done for your reading. And I feel like for my 2023 it's probably going to be like very much the same. It's mainly just to show how all of my challenges and stuff went. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Low-key just chilling here on my towel. I really noticed about halfway through that I was like, ew, I'm like totally just like chilling after a shower, but I just wanted to film because I was motivated, and then I wasn't motivated to get changed. Just a little bit too much information for you guys, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!